I'm so excited. We are talking about 3 tips for meal planning. This is the first time I've gone live on both Facebook and Instagram because I have lots of people that follow me on both. So I hope you can hear me. I hope you're tuned in. I want you to let me know that you're here. Before we go any further, I want to tell you something. I'm Coach Trina Medves. I was awarded the #1 fitness instructor specialist in Canada. I run Fit4Females, and we're talking coaching. We're talking a free mini session with me today about 3 tips to meal plan. And all of these tips plus more, I'm going to give you recipes. I'm going to give you ideas. All of this can be yours. Just go to fit4females.com/FIT. It's not a sales pitch. It's for you to get on my list so that you can get all of this stuff that I'm dishing out in this mini coaching session. Okay, grab your drink. There's 2 things you need. You need either a water bottle or a coffee, and you need yourself a little notepad. I want to give a shout out to my member Julie, by the way. Let's see if she recognizes this notepad. And a pen, because you're going to take down these tips. First of all, I did a poll on Instagram in my classes at Fit4Females to talk about what the biggest struggles are with respect to meal planning. Time was the #1 thing. Not liking to cook, not knowing what to cook, not feeling like they want to cook, being too tired, exhausted, and just not having the ideas. So I'm going to address this today. Don't forget, everything that I do for you today on this mini live coaching with Trina, you can get at fit4females.com/FIT. Put the video on pause, go sign up for that, and you'll get all the details. So let's dive right in. Let's grab ourselves a pen and a paper, and let's talk about this in real time. When I coach my clients at either my in-studio classes or any of my online programs, we talk all about time management, food, fitness, wellness, and everything related. Have a little sip of your coffee. The #1 thing that people complain about is time management. So what do you have to do? You have to be better at managing your time so that you can actually get meals prepared. Unless you're rich and famous, thanks for showing up to my live. Unless you're rich and famous and you have a chef and somebody's shopping for you, this is going to apply to you. Unless someone's cooking for you, you can just sign off and not bother. So settle in. Let's talk about the 3 most important tips for you to succeed in your meal planning this coming week. And I'm going to show you real time today what I'm doing because my day's been busy. I had to teach stroller. I had to come home and eat. I had to get ready for my Facebook Live. I have a kids event. I have to cook dinner. Then I have to go to that and I still have work to do. So I don't know about you, but I'm busy. So here we go. Let's dive right in. The first thing, and I've got all my notes written down here, is if you're tired, you're too tired, you don't have time, you're exhausted, this is a place you want to be. The first thing that you have to do that I asked you to get out is a pen and a paper. Or my favorite tool, and this is my real-time meal prep. This is my menu board for the week. Take a screenshot. I got this at Dollarama if you live in Canada. So I love whiteboards because I feel like I'm Vanna White and and Julie asked me to show my booty on camera. So I'll show you my booty. Hopefully she signed on. If you did see my booty, Julie, give me a booty bump. Let me know that you're with me below. Throw me some hearts and different things. So this is what you need. #1 thing you need to do is you need to either get yourself a pen and paper, or if you like to do it on a phone, or a whiteboard. I love the whiteboard because visually at your house, especially if you have kids, this works wonders. You're gonna map it out. But before we go any further, the #1 thing you need to do is you're gonna get a whiteboard. And this is what I'm going to tell you it's going to address. So the simple act, this is nothing new, striking. She told me to get a whiteboard or write it down. The simple act of getting yourself a whiteboard or a pen and paper makes you start to realize what you're going to cook. It gives you creative ideas. You realize you're stuck. I don't have time to cook. I don't have the ingredients. I don't know what to cook. I don't like cooking. This board or your paper and pen is going to literally force you to make yourself actually go through the action step. It's not enough to think about it in your head, to have a Pinterest board, to like randomly just put stuff together. It's too difficult when you come home, you're busy, you're tired, your kids, if you have them, are stressed out. You hate cooking. You're too tired to cook. You don't have the ingredients. You forgot to grocery shop. There's 1,000 excuses. So what you're going to do is you're going to step number 1. You're going to commit. Get a piece of paper and start to write down what your list is. That brings me to step number 2. So step number 1 is get yourself a board, because this is going to force you into all the problems that everybody said they don't have time for, they don't like to cook, and everything I just rhymed off. Number 2 is to actually physically make your list. Here's where you're going to start, because it's very overwhelming, especially if you're on Pinterest and you're all over the place. First of all, Fit4Females.com, there's a part on my blog that you can literally go and get recipes. Go start looking. Go to Pinterest. Do whatever you like. I don't care if you get it from me, if you get it from someone else, but you need to get it. I dish out tons of free stuff, so check that out. Before you start thinking about meal planning, because it gets overwhelming, what am I going to cook? I want you to take that pen and paper, and I just want you to start dumping the things that you like to eat in your family. And I'll just rhyme off some of the things that would have been on my list before it was on this board. So for example, we love soups. This time of year at fall, I like to really make sure that we are, I hope you guys have good lighting here. Can you see me? I feel like I should turn this up. We love soups because bone broth is my number 1 thing. And so what we do is we make a whole bunch of soups. So I write down all the things we like to do, and we tend to like to eat a lot of the same things: chili, lasagna, soups, tacos, nachos, chilies, salads. We tend in our family just to do that. Dump everything on your piece of paper first, and then from that piece of paper, what you're going to do is you're going to take a look at it and say, okay, what do I need to make a list of? Like, what am I gonna do on my list? So I'm gonna give you 2 little tips here. I would suggest 3 to 5. 3 to 5 things for the week, and do meatless meals, at least 1 in there. And then plan for 2 leftover days. I didn't put Sunday in here because we actually have a busy tournament thing this weekend. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but you're gonna plan for 2 leftover days. So number 1, you're getting yourself a list, pen or whiteboard. Number 2 is we're gonna make the list. But first you're gonna just brain dump all the foods that you like. So you know those Pinterest boards you're collecting? You know when you go to Fit4Females.com, or I send you a recipe and you're like, oh, I wanna make that. Go to those and actually put them somewhere on the board. But here's what you have to look at, because this is gonna bring us into step number 3. Okay, I told you this was gonna be a mini training. This is the kind of stuff that I dish out with my live coaching clients. And I want to give you some actionable, real things that you can do. So step number 2, I love it. Say hi, you guys. I can see who's signing on. Hi, I get so excited. Step number 2 is going to be to make your list. You're going to add it in. I love, my phone's over there. I love my reminders list on my phone. So after I've made my list, first I brain dumped. Then I say, okay, these are the 5 things I can make this week. Okay? Then I go to my grocery list. But before I do that, I make this list, I set it out, I look at my calendar, and I go, okay, so here's my agenda calendar. Oh my gosh, Monday's hockey, then the kids have gymnastics, then they have swimming, then there's tutoring, then there's a competition, I have a business meeting at work. You get it, your schedule's busy. And then I go, yeah, right, I'm not gonna be making chicken Caesar salad on Tuesday when my kids and me have the busiest day ever. So I start to move it around on the board. So what you'll do is, it's great to put it on this board, but you want to move it around on the board according to your day. So I know my busiest days are going to be Monday. So it is going taco soup in the Instapot, which, by the way, should be your best friend, or the pressure cooker, or the crock pot. I almost forgot about the crock pot. You're going to actually look at the calendar to see, can you make that meal on that day? And if your answer is no, you have to move it to another day, or you have to batch cook it. So you have to decide before you even make your grocery list if you're going to batch cook it. I batch cook on Sundays. That's my jam. figure out what works for you. After you have looked at the calendar, you have decided, and it's right here, and the beauty is you can just erase it, you're gonna go to a grocery list. You need to think of every single thing that you need for this list to make that meal. So you're gonna put that right on your phone. I love it on my phone because most people are walking around with a phone nowadays. I use it in reminders. I'm an iPhone, Apple kind of gal, and it's in there. And anytime we run out of ingredients, my kids know that they have to add chicken to the list, grapes to the list. It's on that grocery list. Tip number 3. Okay, this one is really, 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 really important, and I've spoken about it a little bit. Let's recap. Number 1 is to get a list, and you're going to make sure that you start to put down things that you like, what you want to do, what kind of recipes do you love, what does your family like, get them involved. Step number 2 is to physically make the list from that dump list. Then number 3, you have to, and this is critical, you have to cook and make the food, or you have to hire someone to cook and make the food, and maybe it's a significant other in your house. If you have a chef, send them to me. You have to actually prep it. Now here's the beauty. Here's one of my best tidbits. I love the crock pot. I love the Instapot pressure cooker. They're fabulous. I also love meals that will double for different things. So let's dive into the problem that's going to come up for you to cook this, because you're already like, I don't have time, my kids are screaming, I'm not happy, I gotta get to a meeting. I want you to think about batch cooking. So let's go back to step 2 while we make step 3. When you're in here, I know that when I make my taco soup, I'm either going to be using the stuff that's going to go with the sweet potato nachos, so I know things that it requires that I can double up for that. I also know that the chicken Caesar salad is going to double with the chicken veggie soup, and this soup, the bone broth, was already made because I needed it for this. So I want you to creatively start to think about how you can simplify your batch cooking, because it becomes a lot and it's going to take you a couple hours, a few hours. It takes me a few hours on Sundays, but it frees me up for the rest of the week. So I have been all week, I batch cooked on Sundays because that's the day that works for me. My kids are a little bit older now, so it's a little bit of a different schedule. So what I do is I batch cook everything on Sunday, and for the rest of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I get a little top up on Saturday, I'm not cooking. I'm not doing anything. It's done all the work for me because I did step number 1, step number 2, and now I'm at step number 3. Okay, I want you to make sure of a couple things. I want you to grab all the free stuff I'm giving out. I just did a free refrigerator tour, so I show you inside my fridge in real time. Foods that I make, how I plan it, what's in my fridge. I will send that to you free. You don't have to worry. I'm going to give you workouts and recipes and food, all this stuff to better your life at fit4females.com/FIT. Do that now. And also, I'm going to be on another live next week. I'm going to show up once a week for you for mini little coaching sessions that will better your life, make you lose weight, get you lean, get you strong, make you feel like you have more time, you feel more sane, you just feel better about yourself when you're more organized. I want you to make this commitment, okay? So I'm going to show you. I told you that I was going to give you real time. So today, if you're catching this on a replay, which I'm going to post everywhere at fit4females.com, it's going to be on Instagram, Facebook, I'll put it on YouTube. Today is Friday. Who can read what that says? If you're watching live now, type in pasta agli oglio. I wonder if anybody knows how to actually spell that. Will you put it in the comments below? Just type pasta agli oglio. The more you comment on my videos, the more you leave thumb emojis, heart emojis, and different things, the more stuff we can get out there and I can respond to you. So leave your questions below. I want to tell you this before we sign off. What do you struggle with when it comes to food, fitness, nutrition, time management, meal management, mindset? What do you struggle with? If I could address a free coaching session for you like this every single week, and you could sign on and get all these free tidbits from me, what would you want to know about? Leave all your comments below. That's the only way that I'm going to address all of these things, is if you tell me. So back to it. Friday, it's real time. So it is real time right now in my house. This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna show you my meal prep, okay? So what happened was, I told you I did all of my meal prep way back on which day? Someone tell me the answer. If you're watching this video, you know what I said. I did all of my meal prep on that day. So today says pasta aglio olio with greens, bitter greens. I always do bitter greens. So I prepped this already. Can you see? So I prepped this. This was a whole bunch of garlic and seasonings, and I did bitter greens, and I did onions, because I knew that on my list for Friday was pasta aglio olio. And the reason why I made it, this was a little difficult. I had to wash it and cut it up and prep it. I can't prep this, and I'm not brand pushing, by the way, but I can't pre-cook this because it's not very good. I knew it would be busy, but it takes like 7 to 8 minutes to cook. So today what I'm gonna do, it's pulled out. I do chickpea pasta because I am 100% gluten-free. You don't have to be. You can do whatever pasta you love. This has 23 grams of protein, not brand pushing. You can do whatever you want. And I have my garlic out and my oils in the back. So I'm going to prep that. So all I have to do is boil this in the pot. Shake it around, because you know I'm going to do that in my kitchen. And then heat these up. This will take me probably, if I'm guessing, 11 minutes from start to finish. So I knew when I prepped this how long it would take, and that's what's going to happen. If I did not prep this, it would just be pasta and sauce, which is a great meal, but this is going to give my kids a lot of greens because it's rapini and different bitter greens, and it's already made. But if I had to do this today on one of my busiest days, it would not happen. So I want to challenge you today. What tidbit from the 3 that I gave you? Number 1, get a pen and a whiteboard. Number 2, make your list. Number 3, prep and batch cook. Which one of those tidbits? Please be the person that watches this video and tells me which one of those tidbits do you actually need to implement the most to make your meal planning happen. You can't outwork a bad diet. So for those of you that are working out, you are suffering if you are not doing these tips. For those of you that aren't working out, don't you worry. I got lots of free workouts for you. So here's your take action. Go to fit4females.com/FIT. Sign up for all the amazing free stuff that I'm giving you. It's not a big sales push. I want you to better your life. I want you to feel better. I am in the best mental shape and physical shape that I have been because of consistency. That's it. And I will share all of my tips with you because I love to educate people and make them change their lives and make a difference. So please, if you're catching this on the replay, leave me a comment below. Sign up at fit4females.com/FIT. I'll give you recipes. I'll give you my how to organize your healthy fridge. And until next time, you're going to decide what the topic is of the live that I go on when you leave me a comment below. Follow me everywhere. Trina Medves on Instagram, Trina MEDVES, and Fit4Females. We will dish it out. I can't wait to see you. Thank you so much. Please let me know you watch this, and please tell me which of these tips you seriously need to implement. I'm going to sign off, and I will see you next time. Bye.